How y'all doing?
Hey,
Y'all look
Sarah.
amazing.
God, I love
Yes,
your faces,
indeed.
darlings.
Beauty. Beauty, beauty.
Yes. Good evening, sorors, bros, ladies and gentlemen, and all of that fall in between. We, the Phophytes, are here to bring you knowledge, wisdom, and information that only a Phophyte can bring. My definition of a Phophyte, first starting off with Urban Dictionary, it defines it as anyone over 1 year of membership in a Greek organization. However, I'd like to add to that a Phophyte is a leader and an example of your illustrious organization. It is a mentor and one who leads by example.
Yes, sis.
Let me introduce my fellow cast. I am Sora Maybelline. I crossed '03 of spring 2003. I'm so sorry. A little nervous. And I'd like to introduce the rest of my Soras, Shamira, Nico, Joy, and Nikia.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
So, Shammy, what year did you cross? Because I feel like every time I hear Robin say '03, I hear like, old spirituals playing in the background.
Listen, I'm not too far behind her because I'm spring '04.
Okay.
So I gotta be careful, with the ball and chain dragon because I'm right behind her. And Nico, she's right behind me.
That's right.
I'm Nico. I'm Sora Miss Congeniality, and I definitely crossed in summer '05. So I've been around.
All right, so I'm starting to hear like those spirituals are starting to like kind of go out a little bit.
They're going away.
As loudly in my mind as when
Phophyte standing up.
All right, and so I enjoy everyone. Sora Kim Possible, better known as a prima donna.
Hey.
In fall of '07.
Yes, ma'am. And I am Nikia, better known as Soror Care Bear. I also crossed in fall of 2007.
Yay, my
welcome.
LS.
I'm so happy to be on here with you guys.
Yes, I miss you guys.
Absolutely. And hello to all our bros and sorors in the world and friends and family and viewers. Now that the intros are done, the views and opinions expressed during this broadcast are those of the host and of the guests, and they do not reflect the views and or opinions of the ladies of Beta Phi Omega Sorority Incorporated.
That's right. That is right. So let me talk about a few things that's going on out here in the world today. I need somebody to help me out. Tell me what's going on with our cousins. Why has there been another Southwest Airlines employee attack?
Oh my.
What's going on? There was a flight attendant that was attacked by a passenger leaving out of the Dallas, Texas airport headed to LaGuardia, New York. Tell me, y'all, what's the deal here?
Oh my God.
I call it COVID crazy. That's what I call it, COVID crazy.
COVID crazy.
In the house for a little too long. The people now opened the gates and all the visitors came running out. It's COVID crazy.
Right.
That's what I feel like it is.
For sure.
Okay. I mean, I've never seen this level of like disrespect and disregard. Like, why y'all gotta be fighting on the plane? Can I just get to my destination?
Look,
all
the crazy has always been there. So you take someone and you put a mask over them and they get hypoxia that sets in at a certain altitude. No one is thinking straight.
Yeah, lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen.
Lack of time with other people. Lack of social skills.
Absolutely.
Like you can't get outside lacking oxygen and then think that if somebody says something to you, you have to be so aggressive. Like it should be some chill that you should have.
Right.
And I also think that some people are like waiting for that opportunity to like pop off to exercise their right of freedom.
Absolutely.
Like they are waiting for anybody to say something to them about having on a mask or COVID, and they are ready to pop off. Like people feel empowered for something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's more of an entitlement. I think. How
that's
dare
true.
you? say
That's
something
true.
mean. Yeah.
But speaking of that,
And probably drunk.
someone said they're
Probably drunk.
probably drunk.
Absolutely.
That too. That too. But so TSA is actually bracing themselves because they said that about 50 million people will travel this holiday weekend over,
Mm.
well, next holiday weekend over the
Mhm.
airlines. So they're really, really concerned since the US has opened their borders
Mm.
Yeah.
again to vaccinated travelers. What do you guys feel about that?
I don't. Well,
Well,
can we ask an expert? Robin, you used to work in the industry,
well,
right?
That's
So,
right.
let
like,
me
tell
tell
us
you.
what happens behind the scenes and why you think, in
Yes.
your expert opinion, all of this is
Well,
happening.
as a former flight attendant, I have to let you know the crazy really has always been there. It's just that
Mm,
it's just at a higher, it's like heightened at this point.
okay.
And then you have to understand media is going to pick up every little incident that
True.
happens because it's news. So let's not, of course, let's just look at it that way. So anyway, I think that flight attendants have always been pressed on what they're doing. We're there for saving your butt on a flight. We're not there to be your servant. We're there to give customer service.
Yes.
And actually, nowadays, they're probably in flight training. They're serving coffee, tea, or these hands. Because if you come for me, you're probably going to get
Sure.
Well, okay.
Sis said
so
stay home or wear your mask. And also,
right, right.
I've been reading that it's best to choose the flights that are the earliest in the morning because
Yep.
you reduce the likelihood of delay. So if you can get your flight before noon, you're gonna get your butt to where you want to go, and you don't have to sit there being angry with one too many drinks.
That's
So get
true.
that early and go
That
early.
is true.
That's smart.
Or
Patience.
better yet, you can just drive.
How about that? Go ahead
You
and
can
put that
just
as a fact.
Yes,
you can just say catch the hands. Yes,
I'm here
so
for
just
driving.
drive. And by
Wow.
the way, with driving, AAA also, they do this every year. They project that about 48 million people will take to the roads this holiday
Right,
season.
for sure. I
Even
wouldn't
though
mind.
gas has spiked to an all-time high,
It
gas is highest, or it's not been this high since 2014.
Well, obviously, the
So,
people
I
that got
seen
the
something
PPP
in
loan can afford
California.
to drive. So,
I seen California's gas was like 4.97, and I was
mm,
just like, "Who's paying $5 a gallon for
Mm.
gas? Like, where's the bike?"
Well,
Because
I don't
Well,
know, but
who's paying
Shammy,
that?
I'm from
it's
Chicago. We're not biking to Chicago. However,
no.
I'm going to get in that car mask free, minding my business, drinking my tea. So we
right.
have issues. And I don't care
Yeah.
how much the gas is. I am not going to be standing in the airport forever with angry people who can't breathe. So we're
That's
going to
right.
drive
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
That's right, because
Well,
that's
I
your
can say
business.
here in DC, when I used to have to go to DC to go to class every night,
Mhm.
Mhm.
this was like, this was pre-COVID. Like we didn't even know
Mhm.
COVID was out there circulating in the air. The gas
mhm.
was already $5. So if y'all in DC, chime in and let us know how much y'all paying for gas
Right,
because it's
right.
probably
Yeah.
$10. That's why my
Well,
car stays in the back. I'm not
yeah.
gonna do that. I'm gonna walk. I can
Your
shed those pounds, these COVID 30 pounds. I can shed those. I'm gonna
your
walk.
car growing weeds. Well,
A bike would be great if I didn't have
Battery
these
is
Georgia
just dead.
heels.
that's right. Well,
Battery
I
is
mean,
dead.
so some of us will be flying, some of us will be staying home, some of us will be driving. No matter how you slice it, it is the holiday season.
Hey,
The
Yes.
season for giving, the season for taking. And we've got a special little segment for you guys tonight where we're going to discuss Beta's favorite things.
Yes.
All right. Woo! We all back with our holiday flair. Look at
Yes.
everybody looking all cute. All these little sexy reindeers and Santettes.
Mhm.
Mine is
So let's
confusing.
start. I'm going to start. I am introducing, it's called Shower Steamers by Cleverfly. It's 6 aromatherapy fuzzies, as you
Ooh.
see that on your screen, 6 shower
Okay.
That
bombs,
looks
not to
fun.
be confused with bath bombs. So do not get your hind parts in the tub and put this in there with you.
It
This
should
is a
say hind
shower
parts.
steamer. So you just take out the tab, you put it in the corner of your shower, you let the water get all hot and
Mhm.
sexy and steamy in there and just, create your own home sauna, home
Nice.
spa.
Nice.
All
Sounds
right.
Nice, nice.
Yes, I love it. So, Joy, what's your
Um,
favorite thing?
hmm.
Mm-mm.
oh.
See?
My favorite thing is coquito. That
All
is
right.
the Puerto Rican eggnog. Okay.
Ooh.
So you're gonna get a little bit of cinnamon, so cinnamon sticks, some rum. That's the most important part. You can't have coquito without rum, right?
Yes.
You're
That's
gonna get
right.
some vanilla extract. You're gonna get some sweetened condensed milk, some evaporated milk. Child, listen,
Yes.
you're gonna put the kitchen sink, maybe some toes and feet. I don't know, but you put a lot in this coquito, honey, and you're gonna
Mm.
sip, 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 sip until you can't sip
Sip
no
and
more.
sip, sip.
Yes.
Okay.
My
Now,
All
favorite
right.
is
holiday.
there a certain kind of rum, sis, that you're putting in it?
Right.
Well, so some people just put, like regular rum. I would like to say, dark and spice rum is probably the best because it's just a little
Yeah.
bit sweeter.
Mm.
But you can
Mm-hmm.
do, usually it's rum. So I'm just going to go with like whatever rum you have. Just pour
Go
the
for
whole
it.
bottle, just the whole thing, just tilt
Just
it
Just go
Sis, is
for it.
that served?
bend the arm. Bend the arm.
Mm-hmm.
in the
Now, sis,
arm.
That's served
what
with
about
cubes or not?
those of us seasoned ladies who might be a little lactose intolerant?
Ah,
Well,
How's
no.
that
here's
work?
the thing. Those people can use the steamers after they've done coquito. That's where the steamers come into play. You
Yeah,
know
you
what
have
I'm
6
saying?
little discs
You gotta
turning
take
on
a
the arm.
shower. You gotta get yourself back together because
Okay.
you can
Okay.
get in the Kia steamers. There you go.
Okay.
Open the
Fine.
Okay.
window too.
How about that?
Fine. 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 Robin, talk to us about your favorite thing this
Oh my
holiday
God.
season.
I love smoothies in the morning. It's a great way to start. It's a great way to be healthy. And it's a great way to start your morning with something really light for
Mm-hmm.
nutrition. So I love to blend. And so a personal blender. And it's pink, of course, as it should be
Ooh,
for every
that's
Vita.
pretty.
And so that's it. Just a little personal blender. You can screw the top off and right out the door. No
That's
excuses.
okay. All
Take
right.
Okay.
it to work with you. If you forget or not making time in the morning to get your smoothie in, put it in your desk at work. No
Okay.
excuses.
That's
So
smart.
that's your
All
morning
right.
after the cojito. You got the
Well,
morning
Right.
vegetables and fruit.
I'm
Right.
just saying, depending
That's
on your
pretty.
job, you might be able to mix the coquito in that blender.
Because
Yeah.
it's,
Uh-oh.
On
it's
your desk.
fruit.
Uh-oh.
It's coconut. That's a fruit. That's fine.
That's
It's
right.
Okay.
coconut. It's coconut.
Okay.
Especially if you're working from home. But
Yes.
also
Well, yes.
if you put an excessive amount of greens in there, you're gonna need another steamer. I'm
Yes.
just saying. You're gonna need to use another
And I
steamer.
would not
No,
do
we're going down
coquito
that
that same
path.
night.
We're going down the path.
Who said sit, don't go? Sip it and
Right.
touch it.
Shamira, talk to us about your favorite thing this holiday season.
So, because COVID canceled, the holiday season last year, and a lot of us weren't able to get together with each other. So, this year, if you are getting together with your friends or your family and you need something to do while you're eating, after you eat, I want to recommend this game. It's called We're Not Really Strangers.
Hmm.
And so it is a 3-level game. You play on whatever level you dare. But the third level is the deepest level, and it's meant to foster connection between people. It could be total strangers, but the questions are really fun. They are meant to make you kind of expose yourself. And this also for me was a TikTok made me do it
Oh
because I
yes.
Okay.
first seen this on TikTok and they got me. I went and watched a little video and was like, "Ooh, it touched my
Mm.
heart." Let
Set
me,
TikTok
you
makes
up.
us do a lot.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does,
So
including dances.
yeah. So you can play with two. It's really for two people, but you can play with up to 6 people.
Okay.
And it's a really cute thing how you end the game is that you write the person or persons that you are playing with a note. However, you cannot read the note until you leave.
Ooh,
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Personal note to
that's
Little
you,
cute.
mystery
Fred.
note.
That's cute.
Yes.
hey.
That's
Um,
cute.
and that
It
is
could be a
how
Dear
you
Jane
end the
letter.
game.
Right?
So yes,
Mm-hmm.
this is
Okay.
my
So
recommendation. You can find it
bring
on
that to the
Prime.
next beta event.
I
Yes.
I
And
don't
Andy
recommend. I probably wouldn't do it while drinking coquito because that rum could take you somewhere else, and y'all really won't be strangers. You know.
well, you
Let's
gotta go to level
What?
3.
Let's go.
Kill Coquito is gonna take you straight to level 3.
Right.
Yeah.
It might,
Right.
Yeah.
it might, but
You
Yeah.
just
know?
be prepared if you go to
Yeah.
level 3. There is like this secret power card
Ooh.
called the Dig Deeper card. So if you
Mhm.
answer the question and somebody in the game wants you to, they feel like you're giving a surface
Mm.
answer. Ooh, they
Mhm.
can pull out. It's like a secret. It's like upgraded remember when we played Uno
Mhm.
and you had like a draw for it's like a secret power card, so you can pull that at any time, but you only get one per game.
So,
Nice.
in other
Okay.
words, you're
Nice.
pulling that person's card.
You
Yes,
are.
Nice.
literally.
Awesome. All right, that
Right.
sounds fun. And speaking of
Right. I don't
levels,
know. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds real fun. It sounds like
Go
it
ahead,
bullying.
is
go ahead,
it's
Nico.
fun.
Sounds like we ripping
It's
some
fun.
mask off.
You got to choose who you play with.
That's right.
Hey,
Well, we have a
Drink
lot
and
of
play
viewers that love
responsibly.
games, so that's a good thing.
That's
drink
right.
responsibly and play responsibly.
That's right. All right, Nico, what's your favorite thing this holiday
So
season?
since the pandemic canceled a lot of things, I have been definitely reading a lot, and even with audiobooks. So my favorite thing is actually a book, and it's called The 9 Laws of Success by Stormy Wellington, which I keep with me. And I love this book because now she is a
Hey,
wealth coach.
Stormy.
Right. She's a wealth coach and she's also a motivational speaker. And I love the fact that she gives you information that you can use in your everyday life of how to live by these 9 principles that she uses to make her success. And what I was impressed is that she is a woman that wants to make 1,000 people millionaires. So she's training them. If you get on board with learning from her, watching her, she has Instagram videos that she goes live and talks about a lot of great things. She's trying to make 1,000 people millionaires. She's done it with 10 so far. And with the book, she gives like really great quotes and information and sources of where she received her information, even the types of books she read to create her book.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you one of my favorite quotes because I'm all about the quotes. I like a real quick thought. And so
Okay.
this one for today is the best way to predict the future is to create it by Peter
Nice.
Drucker. So create the future
Awesome.
you want. Pandemic or not, we are the captains of our own ship. So that's
Awesome.
it.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you,
That
sis.
is
Get up.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you all for sharing your favorite things. And for one of our lucky viewers tonight, you have an opportunity to win all of them. That's
Yay!
right. All of the
Yay.
gifts. We not quite on Oprah's level, but we getting there.
Yes.
So all we need you to do is like this broadcast, share it, and then
Mhm.
drop your name in the comments and type the word done.
Yes.
DONE. Done. We will choose one lucky winner by the end of the broadcast, and then we'll get with you to get you your gift packet.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Merry Christmas,
Yay.
everybody.
All right.
Oh, is
And
it
we
that
are back.
time? I think
Mhm.
it is to
Are
talk
you
I
guys
about
think it's
satisfied? You
I
want to sing
think
it?
it's time for a
we gonna,
drink.
we gonna call it
Oh, I
Yes.
started already.
Coquito and Kiki.
Mm, mhm. Cheers.
This looks real crazy.
Let's get
So,
into it.
So
yes, let's get into it. Let's
while
do it.
we are having a little beverage,
Right.
let's talk about a little bit more tea out there that's floating around. Let's talk about some entertainment stuff, right?
Okay.
So the rumor mill is running about King Beyonce.
Mm.
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 The rumor
Okay.
mill has it that there is a tour being planned.
Mhm.
Mm.
Recently, this week, she dropped a new song on Spotify that goes with a project that she's doing. And so the rumor mill has it that there's a tour. She's getting ready to drop her tour dates along with another digital album. Now,
Mm.
I don't know how true this is, but if we go on past experience, usually when she drops digital projects, the tours are not too far behind it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
let me ask y'all a quick question. How do y'all feel about like going out to concerts and stuff. Like, are we there yet? No.
Ugh.
I,
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
I would say in
no.
small settings. I mean, I have been to a performance, but they definitely practice social distancing and it was well ventilated. So in a smaller environment, I will. But as long as I can keep on my mask, I'm fine. But I cannot
I ain't
imagine being in the
ready.
crowd.
I ain't ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to
I
some
ain't ready.
places like Suge Avery's juke joint,
Yes.
something like little Harpo
I'm
situation,
not.
just
No,
real
Going to the
small.
I'm
backwoods.
not
Yeah,
there.
just like real
No,
small, the roof
no,
open.
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
You drinking
nervous.
the rum out of the bathtub? Okay,
no.
got it. That's
And
how
not,
you
I'm
doing
not
it.
not.
Got
okay.
it.
Our viewers said absolutely not. I understand.
I'm not.
Right.
I don't. I haven't decided if I'm peopling like that yet. I'm not
That's
peopling.
Okay.
right.
Bling.
I'm not.
That's
Not
right.
peopling like that
Yeah.
yet. No.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we got
Crystal
some
said she
brave ones.
going. Crystal said
She
she
Mhm.
going.
going. She going. Her
Listen,
man's going. Be
I
Man's
can
safe,
going.
baby.
support
Be
it.
safe.
That's
I
right.
can support
Do
it.
you really think it's responsible of the artists to do that so soon and to encourage people to go out there and get in those small? Because Beyonce, come on, I'm not willing to
I
die for
mean, so
Rihanna. Maybe Rihanna.
here's the thing. Well, I think that Beyonce
Ooh,
can pull a bigger
shade.
crowd
Get the
than
attention.
Rihanna, but I think that she would probably be. I think she's smart enough as a businesswoman and as a mom, a wife, that I think that she would probably try to do like. This is just my guesstimate, like outside shows.
Okay.
However, the flip side to that is given what just happened with at the Travis Scott concert.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's the next thing because it doesn't clearly outside means nothing. Like, you want to go outside, all possibilities of space are available, but
right.
it did not fare well at Astroworld. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't want to say a lot of people, but I think one person is enough, lost their lives,
Enough.
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Not
Yeah.
to mention, we had a baby just pass away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
The
Yeah.
9-year-old.
I
So
believe 9 or 10. Hey, what are you? Why are you at that
Why are
concert?
you there?
Right.
Yeah, I was confused,
Questionable,
but
right?
okay.
But at the end of the day, it's just like if there were 50,000 people there at that particular festival, how many people are showing up for Beyonce?
That
And
part.
Yeah.
That part.
I just feel like in terms of Beyonce, she would be a little bit more responsible in terms of security, in terms of knowing who, like she has a whole brand to protect. No shade to
True.
Travis Scott,
Right.
but I'm just saying, like, I'm sure she would have just a little bit more stringent security measures in place to ensure what happened does not happen
Right.
at her.
Right.
right.
And the concert would look like a whole beehive, literally. All the little
Yeah.
bees all packed together. It just that is
Yeah.
enough anxiety.
So
With
even before this incident that happened with Travis Scott, like a lot of you guys noticed, like when we would go out, like I hang near exits, right? Because I don't know if you guys remember years ago, but there were two particular incidents that happened in Rhode Island and in Chicago, I think, where the people were trying to get out the door and they were like literally trampled to death. They were like
Mm.
at different shows, different concerts. And I never forgot that. And like
Right.
I didn't at the time, I didn't understand how people could like literally be stuck in a doorway.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
crowds like that I never really fancied them because I don't want to be stuck in anybody's doorway.
Right.
Not
And
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And
I
with
mean,
the
this
Travis Scott concert, that was at a public park that had a capacity of 200,000 people. So there
Yes.
was a lot of other problems that if it was only supposed to be allegedly 50,000 there, if it had that space, the space wasn't utilized properly for a
That's
festival.
right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
that's a
I
public
think
park that was big enough to accommodate the crowd, really.
Right.
I
Right.
Mhm.
think this would encourage people to purchase maybe VIP tickets to where you're not necessarily in the general admission area. I mean, I
Mhm.
get it. Your artist is your artist. We've all been in a house. We've all been like deprived of all the things that we love that make us uniquely, creative. So at the end of the day, if I were to do it, if I was that fan, I would buy a VIP ticket so that
Mhm.
I'm set aside from all the general foolishness.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's
And
true.
the other part of that, though, is there were VIPs there,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is the next part of the story, right? So
Yeah.
the VIPs, of course, were the Kardashians, the Jenners. I can't say the Kardashians, the Jenners were there, right? And so they were taken out because I don't know if you guys know this, but he has a child with Kylie Jenner. And so she was there, Kendall was there. They were able to get them and their friends and his daughter out of there, which I get, right? Like, that's your family, you want to protect them, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
You know, at events like that, does a VIP section actually work if you're not affiliated with that person?
Right.
Right. It doesn't protect you from anything. It may give you an extra layer of comfort.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and be responsible and watch people on HBO Max.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how that's gonna go.
First tour.
Yeah,
we'll get that next year. Yeah,
so anybody wants to have a nice big viewing party in their home, outside on the big screen, or on the garage, outside.
Yeah,
right.
And I feel like that would be something that Beyonce would do. Like, I could see her selling tickets to the concert via Tidal, you know, so that you could watch it in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, I mean, you can open the windows if you want to get the outside experience, but I'm just saying, like,
or you can even sit outside, like Nico said.
You can sit outside.
Open the windows.
You know, you can open the window. Get a projector off Amazon. Put it on your garage.
Get your fan, let your hair blow in the wind.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got the space.
And I definitely want to say, you know, on behalf of the cast tonight, we are sending our truest condolences to everyone that perished in that Travis Scott Astroworld event. Definitely keeping you all in our prayers. And for those that are still struggling for life, for breath, our prayers and our you know, clearest intentions are with you. We hope, we wish you a speedy recovery for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So beyond Travis Scott, the fiasco, and Beyonce, somebody said TikTok earlier, and my antennas went up because I was like, "Ooh, are we gonna do something on TikTok right now?" Let me tell you something.
We are not TikToking.
Go Joy. Go Joy.
Game. It has changed the game. Like, I don't say I'm the youngest person, but I feel like I'm one of the coolest people. And I'm on TikTok at like 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning, trying to learn. Thank you, Nico. Thank you.
You trying to learn dances?
I'm doing the dances here. I'm here with it.
Right, right. I'm just like, oh, let me rewind that back and kick my leg up. Oh, I think I broke my knee. You know, but you gotta do stuff like that when you on TikTok. And so I was really interested in this song that I kept hearing on everybody's video. And I was like, oh, what song is this? And I realized that TikTok has literally changed the entire like musical industry dynamic. Like now, as opposed to like having to stand outside like a Hot 97 or anything like that, you can literally go in and just make your music on SoundCloud, add it to a video on TikTok, and everybody listening to it.
Blowing up.
Right.
Beth says do a dance, Joy.
I just said I might break my knee. Don't do that.
Yeah, you will. You will. Don't do it.
Joy, you releasing your mixtape on TikTok? Is that what you're telling
me? You never know what you might find on SoundCloud. Is what I'm trying to
say.
So, Joy, what's one of your favorite new songs that you heard on TikTok?
Thank you for asking that, because I got like 50, but I'm gonna just stick to the main two. So one of them is by the 17-year-old kid. His family, I believe, like his family is like from the Mideast, but he's like here, and he is a high school student, and his name is Realist K, and his song is Wait For Me, but it's like an acronym, WFM, and it is the cutest, shortest little snippet of a song, but like everybody has it in their video, and so I was like, well, I wonder how this kid on SoundCloud, on TikTok, has this song distributed throughout, you know, everywhere. And he's actually on Spotify too. His video is on YouTube. Like, these kids are doing things. So Realist K, if you haven't heard it, Wait For Me. And then my next favorite song is by DJ Snake.
Yes, man. have messed up my high,
No,
but
not
the
if you drink it
song,
Copito, but
right?
but those are like two of the best songs that I keep hearing, and we don't hold any copyrights to any songs. We're not trying to stamp or trample on nobody's feet. But if you are not up on TikTok, I invite you to go on, start your account, and get on there because you're gonna hear some new music from some people you ain't never heard that ain't outside trying to find Puffy to hand him a mixtape. That's
Right.
Take that.
And I definitely have learned a lot about music from TikTok because I have all of those songs, sis, on my playlist to work out
Okay.
to and everything. So yes, sis says TikTok is everything. It is. It has gotten us through. It has given you the workout. It has given you the motivation. It has given you information. It has made you buy things.
Yes.
You know, it has done for us.
buy things. Well, clearly,
And it's giving us tricks too because I no longer been down to clean the tub.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Who's that?
minute. We
Please
need to
share.
hear that one.
Oh
Right.
yeah, roller bounce too.
Listen, the little lady said, go to the dollar store and get you a dollar store sponge mop. When I tell you it's a game changer,
To do
just
what?
What are you doing with
to
it?
clean the tub for like.
Oh, I thought you hired somebody else to do it.
Are we listening to the songs on TikTok while we cleaning this tub, drinking our copito? Okay.
Sometimes yes, but
mixing up a healthy blender.
Because
we gotta get the spot ready for the
cleaning hack. I found so many hacks.
Not in the tub.
On there. And listen, I already don't have. Listen, I don't have mega needs. I got cash money needs. So I gotta be careful. With my bending down. So anything I don't have to bend down for, like hand me the sponge mop.
Our boys the men on your bended knee. Okay. It's gonna be easy with that.
Low key, high key obsessed with the refrigerator organizers. But I realized with the refrigerator organization, which looks so nice and neat, they never have real food. They got like snacks and baby food. But I just think it's cool that it's in there because I don't ever see no meat. It's like
celery.
No packets with aluminum foil in there.
No, it's just like, okay, we got a lot of soda and water, but where is the other things? But
it's in the freezer.
It's in the freezer.
It's in the freezer. It's a whole other area of organization. My refrigerator is absolutely organized.
I'm not surprised by that.
Organized.
I'm not even surprised by that.
Everything is organized.
You ain't got no food in there. You ain't got no carbs in there. You just got fruit and vegetables.
You have to rotate the food. You don't keep the food for weeks and weeks, sis.
All right.
Every week. Organize it out the door.
Robin, the carbs come in a crunchy bag. They don't fit in a little.
They don't fit in the refrigerator, Robin.
Right.
They in
I'm
the
not
pantry.
eating that.
The carbs
I'm not
go in the
eating that. So
pantry.
I don't know.
That's right.
They in the pantry.
No
I'm
carbs.
not eating that.
No carbs.
No carbs.
No.
Well, speaking of being healthy, we've got a special guest coming up.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So this show is long overdue. I have been a member of this illustrious organization since 2003. I've seen many things throughout my time, and today's guest is someone who has experienced a growth and change of Beta Phi Omega Sorority Incorporated. To know her is to truly, truly love her. She is a founder of Beta Kappa chapter and has served many leadership positions throughout her membership. We are excited and incredibly honored to introduce Alana Askew.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
Hey, Alana.
How y'all doing? I'm just so excited to be here with you ladies. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Y'all had me back here just like kikiing. I forgot that I was supposed to be coming on.
Alana, you like TikTok?
Welcome.
So I have not joined the TikTok community.
Oh, don't do it.
Oh, no.
I haven't.
Do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
I've been thinking about it. But I'm still like, I guess I'm a little intimidated by all of the features that I hear about. as
Mm.
far as making actually making the videos. I feel like I would want to do that. It's like late night. It's like you're producing,
And then there's
from
Yes.
my
that.
understanding.
Right.
And
Right.
then
Right.
there's
Right.
that.
And then there's those knees thing.
Well,
But y'all
welcome.
definitely got me interested.
You should. It's fun and it's going to be a little addictive, but if you want a little kind of treat, peek in here and there. Just peek.
Yeah.
Just peek.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Flamingo Cafe, where there's no such thing as an uncomfortable conversation. Yay! All right, Alana, I have a question for you, sis. As
Okay.
a Phophyte, what do you think are some similarities and some differences from you and when you joined to the new members that are now joining organizations, especially ours?
I like that question. So I think one similarity that all neo share is the loving of paraphernalia. Like just
Pink everything.
Yes.
pink everything, anything you can get your hands on, you putting letters
Right.
on.
Mhm.
Everything pink, everything blue.
Yes, yes. I think also just being ready to work, coming into the organization, being ready to work. I've definitely seen, especially a lot of our newer members, they're just on it. They're on it. They're not afraid. They're stepping up and they're representing us in the best light, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
Ella.
The new members are definitely
Hey, Nana.
authentically themselves.
That's
Yeah.
right. They bringing
Mhm.
that fire.
Yes.
Bringing that fire.
Absolutely.
So,
Mhm.
Alana, remind us, how long have you been in the organization? How many
Ooh.
years?
So I'm gonna say you're not gonna hear like old Negro spirituals with my time. You're gonna
Hey,
get
watch it.
some like early 2000s, late 90s
Cash
type
money. Cash money.
vibes. Yeah, cash money.
Got you.
You're gonna get some of those vibes when you hear my timeline. But I joined spring 2010.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, in these 11 years, you have helped to orchestrate a major shift in the landscape of Greek life for LGBTQ people. Talk to us about how you've realized this
Not
shift
this is bad.
personally.
Mm. I would say the biggest thing that I've noticed with the shift is the comfortableness that I see of people starting Greek
Mm,
organizations that are outside of the feminine lesbian realm, feeling
mm,
empowered to do that.
Yeah.
That is something that I've noticed. Like it's amazing
Yeah.
to know
okay.
that being part of an organization that started this all.
Right,
So
right.
it's
Okay.
amazing.
You got to find your tribe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And you're right. It's great people feel comfortable looking for it, and someone is willing to stand up and actually create it for them. So that is really awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, Alana, I have a question. Now that you put some time in, but you put some work in, and you had the experience of being a founder of a new chapter. How do you keep the older members and the newer members? How do you keep that bond strong and alive in your chapter?
Mm.
Oh, that is an excellent question. That is, um, so I would say for us, the main thing has really been spending quality time with each other, making sure that we're getting that sisterly bonding moment, doing retreats, chapter retreats, just so that we're continuing to develop our relationships on the level of beta and on the level of sisters. You know,
Right.
that has
That's
been very
important.
helpful. Hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with that, what positive changes do you say you've seen in the entire organization over your time as a member?
Mm. So I would start one with growth. Okay. The fact that we've grown, like since I joined, we've added four, no, wait, 4 new chapters. And that has been like something that I don't even think that when I joined I could even conceptualize. Like I think that's one of the most positive changes that I've seen. Also, just seeing us grow and being considerate of all of our members and not just focusing on our more established members or focusing more on our newer members, but working to make sure that all of our members are feeling included and valued.
Absolutely. Alana, if I could ask you, if you can go back to your intake experience,
Ooh.
what was one of the lessons that you learned that made you into the beautiful woman that you are today that I just love about you?
Oh, sis. Okay. Go back there.
I'm trying to think, was I there?
I think you did come, actually. I
You
think
think?
you did. You did. You did. You were there. It was a great time. It was a great time.
Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Okay.
And viewers, if you have any questions, be sure to type them in as well.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, I guess the biggest lesson I learned was to be able to lean on and count on my sisters or count on the organization, really count on anyone as a whole, to be able to do that, but also still knowing that you need to be able to succeed as a team, but you also still have to be able to stand on your own and succeed by yourself as well. Being able to do both of those things.
Absolutely.
We have a question from one of our viewers. How do you see your personal growth in the organization?
Whew. Okay. So I think for me, what I've seen is leadership. I've seen a lot of leadership development. I've had, like, Joy was one of my mentors. I've had a lot of great mentors in the organization to help me build my confidence, because I may seem outgoing, but I'm actually quite shy. And this organization will push you into what you believe will be an uncomfortable position and may even feel uncomfortable for a moment. However, once you move past that, you will find that you are a lot stronger and more capable than you ever even thought that you were. And so I think that that's how I've seen my personal growth. And then also just being sisterly, like always remembering that, yes, Beta is a business, but it is still also a sisterhood.
That's
you know?
right.
Absolutely.
Beta will definitely have you tap into some uncharted talents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, yes and yes.
Why Beta? We have a question. Why Beta?
Who
I'm
else
sorry. Is
then?
there anything else?
Who else?
Is there someone else?
Said no one ever.
Said no soror ever.
We have another weird question. How do you feel Beta has changed the landscape of the LGBT Greek life?
We are the landscape.
The blueprint.
So I was going to say something similar, like not even to sound like cocky or full of ourselves, but I believe that our work, I'm going to say, no, I believe that our work is the proof. The fact that we have been standing for as long as we have, and we have grown throughout that time. We have not been stagnant at all.
Period.
And we still have people who are trying to find the blueprint, who are trying to do what we are doing, and they are not being successful with it.
Right.
So, again, who else?
That's
right.
That's a compliment we constantly get as an organization, is that people see us putting our foot to the work. We are out with our boots on, volunteering and giving back to the community like we say we do. And it's not just a part of our mission statement. It's who we really are. Naturally.
And sucking the air out of every room we walk into.
Period. That's it. And I think, too, a big part of that is that our founders are still active.
Absolutely.
They haven't said, they are still, you know,
Absolutely.
meeting, showing up, doing trainings.
They are.
Yes.
They are.
They're
They
still
are.
very much active. And so we have a dynamic, right, that many other orgs can't have. And the orgs that can have, they just don't have.
Right.
We've just never, come out to like attack our founders or anything. Like we uphold
No.
them.
Right.
And so I think
And
that,
Absolutely.
looking at the fact that the founders are my Phophytes and they're still standing.
right.
Yes.
That is so important to someone who's been in an organization as long as I've been.
That's,
Mhm.
that's those
Mhm.
We
So,
have another
Alana,
question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Alana, with all of your time in the org, like what have you been challenged most by, if anything?
Challenged the most by, I would say, I think that, I guess the biggest challenge was um, with, I guess, keeping the Beta Kappa chapter motivated and going, because there was a time that our numbers did get down low. And at that point, even when we first started the chapter, though, numbers were kind of low. We were carrying multiple chapter positions. Like we were doing everything that we had to do. We were doing it, and it was challenging. But I think that we all understood the vision, and we understood that this work may be hard now, but it won't always be like this.
Correct.
Yes.
That's good. Well, thank you. I thought you were going to
Absolutely.
say me stalking you. So I'm happy that
Oh my gosh, y'all. So
Thank you.
when I tell y'all, so Joy definitely did, but I'm so grateful for that, because when I transitioned from Tallahassee, Florida, from the Alpha Omega chapter to Washington, D.C., I almost got lost, y'all. Got so lost. But Joy said, sis, no.
I was stressing her line sister out. I was like, what's her number? Is it a 202? Okay, what's the rest of it? I mean, I was outside her house. I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh,
grateful.
But I'm happy.
But you know what? It's so funny because Mallory asked the question, like, what advice would we give to soars who are younger than us to kind of keep them motivated to become long-term soars? One is your commitment to beta.
Absolutely.
That's first and
Absolutely.
foremost. Because that's an individual commitment. And so when you made the commitment to be here, you got to stand in that commitment. It's like a marriage, in the good and the bad. I'm one of those soars that would stalk too. I showed up in Nico's house like, hello.
Absolutely.
I
And
called
she
you
has.
3 days in a
And she
row
has.
and you didn't answer. It's like, what's good?
And
And so I think that as you get older, I think the most important thing piece of advice that I would get to the younger members coming is that downtime that Alana was talking about. Like, use your downtime as your prep time. Those are the times when you can spend with each other, that uninterrupted, meaning that you can really, y'all can have sleepovers and all the things and get ready for when that busy season, comes back. It gives you an opportunity to get to know your sisters, and maybe make some friendships. But the downtime and allow yourself, I think for a lot of us, we're going through it now. A lot of us, when we joined, we were way younger, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. Let's speak on that. In 03,
like every time I think about that, like, oh my God, like I was 22 when I joined Beta.
Oh my God. No, in
I'm 41 now. So
everybody
like,
was
what?
under 23. Everybody in 03, everyone was under 23.
I didn't know that.
I think that's a stretch. And Joy and I were talking recently, and we said this is the longest committed relationship that we've had. Now, we've had sorors that have children. We have sorors that have been married, divorced and married again.
Like Beta has helped some of us, many of us, go through those transitions in life. And there's, because we are who we are, there is no instruction manual. So for a lot of us in this place that we are as sorors, like this is our first time at this place, at this space in our lives. So it's new for us too. But
Yeah.
I would, my piece of advice is you stay committed through the good, through the bad.
Mhm.
Stay committed.
That's it. And
Oh,
not to
Lord.
mention, like, we have like we are, and we have to remember that we're a family.
Yes.
Right.
And I think that people get wrapped up in the business and even wrapped up in the sisterhood, you
Mhm.
know, the term sisterhood, because it's not a tangible term. It's what you are. But like at the end of the day, you're my sister, right? And so I think that if, and I think it was Mallory that asked that question about like what advice could you get? So great
Mhm.
question, Mallory. But
Yeah, absolutely great question.
and beautiful baby, by the way. Her son is
Yeah,
Baby.
she is so
Congratulations on the
beautiful.
baby.
Let's give a
right.
shout out to the
Um,
baby. Oh
Beta
my
has
gosh.
some beautiful babies overall.
Yes, we
Oh
do.
my
Yes.
God. The
like,
baby
Yes.
babies are beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
but like at the end of the day, like you really have to understand that we are all humans having a human experience together. We committed to this organization together, and not any one person has the right way to do it.
Right.
Right.
We're going to make mistakes. We're going to misstep. We're going to do things that, people might need to pull our coattails and say, hey, why did you do that? And it's
Right.
about constructive criticism and being able to
Mhm.
accept it and be mature enough to be open to hearing someone that truly does love you say, okay, I saw you do this, but let's not do that again in the future. Let's try and
Right.
change this behavior and do it a different way moving forward.
Right.
And I think that, if I had advice that I would give, especially to our younger members, is like anything could happen. You can't allow those things to break your morale. You came here for a reason. You're still
Right.
here for a reason. And if you made this decision, nobody put a gun to your head to make this decision, then there was something that you saw when you made that decision. So when you
Absolutely.
have those times where you might be like, go back to the essence of why you were here.
Absolutely.
That will bring you back. That will reprogram your brain
Mhm.
to say, oh yes, that's what I wanted. That's what I
Mhm.
needed. Because we all
Mhm.
came here needing and wanting something.
Something, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
As a
And
pro,
it's
I get
important.
that.
Yeah, it's important to stay the course.
Yeah.
So, for whatever reason you decided, like Joy said, to join the organization, if 3 years in, if 5 years in, you haven't achieved that, stay the course.
That's right.
You still
Right.
can get there. You still can. We got a
Mhm.
lot of years to go. So
A
Mhm.
lot
we
of
we
years.
are really, really in uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
And
So just remember that.
with that, and allow yourself to have the opportunity that why I joined the organization may change as I evolve and mature. But
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that I should do any less work in my commitment with it. And
Mhm.
with that,
Absolutely.
there was a question for you, Alana. What was the atmosphere like when you joined?
Can we all answer this?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh, I think for me, what I felt the atmosphere was like was very open and welcoming. Because at the time, I don't remember how many years it had been since Align came through Alpha Omega. So it was like
Right.
one of those where I felt like it was just
Right.
like coming home. It was like, oh yes,
Mhm.
okay, we have these women. These are our
Yeah.
beta babies. Like we love them.
Yes.
Like come on, y'all. Like y'all here now. Okay.
Yes.
So it was just definitely full of love when I came through. Definitely.
I think everybody came back to Tallahassee. We were all so excited to support the Alpha Mega chapter. Yeah. And it gets very emotional for us to go back to home per se and to have you
Yeah.
ladies represent our organization so beautifully.
We have another viewer question. What has been the hardest thing to adapt to when working alongside the younger generation?
Mm.
Hmm.
You want us to be honest?
Yes, please do so. Let me get my cup.
So it actually is tied into the last question that was asked. What type of atmosphere was Beta in when I joined? I joined in the spring of '04 and we was lit. Can I just tell you, like Beta was lit.
I heard the
I
whole
was
Right?
scared. You was lit. I was scared.
So the atmosphere was that if you were here, you wanted to be here.
Oh
and
yeah.
nobody had to
Yeah.
coach you to be here.
Yeah.
There was a level of respect that was
Oh my God.
just, your pro fights were there,
Interesting.
and you didn't
Yes.
question anything that was kind of said to you, because you knew that if a pro fight said something to you, it was coming
Right.
out of the
Love. Right.
the love of Beta in their heart, and the correction
Mhm.
wasn't, it wasn't personal.
Right.
Right.
um and
Right.
so I came in when road trips was popping. My
Oh my
Yes.
God.
chapter, I came
We
in the Beta
stayed on
Delta
the roads
chapter, and we road tripped everywhere. We went to
everywhere.
go see as many chapters and
Sure
people
did.
as we
Right.
could.
Mhm.
And we attended everything that Beta had.
Everything, every wedding,
Right.
every.
So it was lit when I came in. I mean, I feel like it's still lit now,
Yeah.
even though we grew up a little bit. But I feel like all of like the major events, a lot of major events in my life are connected to Beta.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I realized that after a while, like the major things. So I
Right.
think for the younger generation, if Beta is a part of who you are, it's going to be a part of your life. So you
Yeah.
got to
Right.
kind of embrace it and let it in and let it grow with you.
Right.
Who you, I think we don't expect you to be who you are when you came in, 10 years later. Um,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you've been in the environment, and so you have been able to soak up some of the greatness around you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you have to be great to add to that greatness. Because
Absolutely.
there's always somebody coming behind you.
That's
Well, I
There's
right.
mean,
always
get to know
you have
your
a story.
profiles. How about that?
How about
Yes.
Your
Let's
that?
Phophyte. It's
How
good
let's
about
to
that?
know.
let's open us profiles.
Yes.
Those are first 10 years. Let us make ourselves available.
That's
Okay.
right.
Do not
Yeah.
be intimidated by, do not be afraid of none of that. Get to know them. Ask questions,
Hmm.
not
Mhm.
just when you're going through the process and you have to learn something, but
Mhm.
actually
Mm-hmm.
generally get to meet somebody. It always
Mm-hmm.
interests me when I meet a Neo and they're like, oh my God, like I never wanted to approach you. And then they meet me, they're like, oh my God, you're so cool. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whole grandmother over here. I get it.
Mhm.
But I still care about my Neos. And one, I can name at least 10 to 20 Neos that I met, that when I met them, they brought tears in my eyes because they were the
Mhm.
epitome of Beta. The
Right.
Mhm.
epitome. And it was just so
Mhm.
beautiful to see how, I mean, they were just so hungry. They were just ready to go. And I just, oh my God, I can literally get emotional right now.
I
Oh,
feel
But
like
Mhm.
we have some
go
really
for it.
dope younger
Don't get
oh my
emotional.
God, we've got
Yes, we
some
like
do.
dope
we have
members.
some
Yeah.
really dope younger
Right,
members who
Yes, we
are
do.
right,
actually,
Mm-hmm.
out there doing some things in the
right.
world, and they
Mm-hmm.
are, trying to create the lives that they want to live, and it's beautiful to watch as
Yeah.
a pro fight. Like we worked hard coming in. We worked hard, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing to watch the next generation come behind us and
Right.
contribute, to that. So it's definitely a beautiful, yes. Like, listen, y'all gonna get all these old stories because we got
Mhm.
them, and we
They
listen.
ain't ready
We
for the
tell the
stories,
same
baby. We ain't
stories
got that much
every
time. We ain't
time
got that
we
much
get
time, sis.
together.
We ain't got that much
So
time.
Right.
y'all don't
But you
listen.
know what? But you
But
know
that's
what?
what family does.
Let me say this. There, and so we being honest, right?
Mhm.
Of
Always.
course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you pulled the
I'm
hair
gonna
back.
speak
Uh
from my lens. Let me move my
yes.
wig here.
Come
Okay,
on,
let me
girl.
move my wig here. I'm gonna speak from my lens. When Nakia and I came in, we came in open with no expectations,
Mm-hmm.
with
Mhm.
no sense of entitlements. We came into this organization ready to work.
Mhm.
We didn't come in thinking, oh, I'm gonna just be president of this chapter next month. Now,
No, it's levels to this.
there's levels to this. I did
Levels.
say, I was very bold, and I did tell one of our founders what chapter I was gonna be a founder of. Right? That was a bold statement. Okay. I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna found this chapter and hi, you know, but that was like purpose, that was like drive, that was like ambition, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I feel like while I know many coming in are very humble. I just want the ones that may come in with that sense of, as we would say in New Jersey, who you think you are. There's going to be a period of time where you just have to sit still, and it's okay to sit still, because that's how you learn,
you
right?
learn.
That's how you
You have to understand, you're a neo for 1 year, one
right.
Yeah.
full
just
year
just
after the
relax and
process.
learn. Like, I remember literally running from Robin. I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. I was
But you got
nervous.
stuck with me
I
that
had heard
day.
stories. I didn't know what she was gonna do or say. And the reality was, I was stranded in Atlanta,
Yes,
and she
you
opened her
were.
house up to me. She didn't know me. She didn't know my mother. She didn't know my address. She opens up. So, like, if you are just patient,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are beautiful connections that you can make
That's right.
without
Joy
feeling
got
like you have
stuck
to
with
come
me.
in like,
Yeah.
revving the engine, like, all right, who I'm gonna mow
Right.
down to get my
Mhm.
point across. You ain't gotta
Mhm.
mow nobody down, because there is space at the table for everybody.
That's
Right.
So
right.
we have
That's
made
right.
it that way. We have made it so that we are moving on and moving out, but we've created a space for you to move in. But in order
Right.
to do that, you just gotta sit still for a minute. That's my moment of honesty. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And
We have
Robin
another
was
viewer question.
my first to take me to Cracker Barrel. Thank you, Robin. That was the best meal. She paid for it.
well,
Love Cracker Barrel.
I will
Mm-mm.
never forget that day. I will never forget that day. Never.
So
Never.
we have another viewer question. What are some of your fondest and craziest memories?
Oh
So
my God.
let me
I just
just,
said my fondest memory.
I think beta balls have always been my fondest memory, but I love the fact,
Mhm.
so being that I came from Beta Gamma, which was such a large chapter at the time, I love the fact that if we were going to go to the ball and we were driving, we call them Beta Delta. Y'all going? Where y'all staying?
You already
It
know.
was like we was all troubled together.
Yes.
Mhm.
All of the beta balls that we were in the chaos together was always a fond memory. And
Yes.
also, I will say this with my beta has been my longest, most successful relationship, and I honor it because of the fact that it gave me what I needed. But when it came to something personal to me, like my grandfather passed away, it was my sorors that showed up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sorry.
It's all right, sis.
It was my
Mhm.
sorors that showed up for me to serve food for my grandfather. It was my sorors that showed
Mhm.
up for me when I had to bury my father and serve food for my father. It's my sorors that have constantly showed up for me when it was difficult to show up for myself. It was the ones that came when I didn't answer the phone. It's so many fond memories because they make it easy to have fond memories.
Mhm.
And so this is why I'm a beta, and this is why I am dedicated to the organization. This is why it's an honor to be on this panel, because there's so many where. And also, let me say this: when Shammy bought that cheesecake that was like this high on the plane, this cheesecake had strawberries like my fist. I've never seen a Philly cheesecake like that. So that is one of my fondest memories. This cheesecake, Shammy. I'm just saying, I need the cheesecake. It was like this big.
Not
So when she cut it,
cheesecake.
it didn't fit on the plate. It was like we ate it for a few days per slice.
Oh, I remember a pie that I never got to eat. Alana, what is your
Yeah,
fondest memory?
that
What is
part,
your
Joy.
Camilla?
Oh, so I guess I would say for me, like officially affiliated with the sorority. Those memories I would say would be my first beta ball, because that was the same year I crossed. And my first sisterly retreat that we did
Yes.
in
Yes.
snowshoe was it
Snowshoe.
snowshoe?
No
Yeah.
shoes.
Snowshoe.
Snowshoe,
Snowshoe.
West
In Virginia.
Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I really
Optimism.
enjoyed both of those because that was when I got to spend time with sorors from all chapters.
Yes.
Mhm.
Outside of that, there's always great times whenever betas get together. Like it's always,
Always.
always. It no matter what we're doing, it's a great time.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That
Awesome.
Um,
is true.
I
Mine
went.
is the ratchet moment.
Oh my.
Oh Lord.
Oh
As she
God.
moves her hair.
Mine would have to be when we went to Ohio. Like that's always going to be like my. It's always going to be my most favorite beta moment because I got to see that no matter, like, yes, we are classy and we are about our business, but
Classy
we will
bougie
not
rat.
if you buck. Like, listen, and that has been my crazy because what it showed for me is that like my sisters will always be there, and no matter what situation.
Shout out to Ruby.
Right. Shout out to Beta Delta. That was one of, during one of our road trips to Ohio.
Yes.
And some stuff had went down because, when we go out, we draw attention, we draw a crowd. We understand this.
Right.
And, folks sometimes don't, they upset because they can't have what they see. And, listen.
Oh, well.
It's not our fault.
Right.
Well,
I mean, you could have filled out the application. It's in the line.
That story will go down.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Omega.org.
That's my all-time
right.
favorite.
Can fill out an application today.
You too can join.
That's
Can
my
I
all-time-
share? Can I
Someone
share a
put that
moment?
website somewhere in hey, someone put it in somewhere because
Put it in a chat.
the reality is that we do as an organization, we just have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wherever
I think
we go,
anytime we get
showing up.
together, it's
always
fond
something.
memory made.
Even in like our sad times, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
we had the unfortunate situation where we had to bury one of our own. And,
Right.
Many of us road trips down to Florida to be part of that. And even in that, it was just like, there were still moments of like, what's happening? Like,
Shout
like,
out to Nyla.
shout out to Nyla, but,
Yes, alas.
yeah,
Well,
That girl.
Joy,
So,
let me segue
Alana-
off of what Joy just said.
oh yeah.
In these, oh gosh, somebody do the math for me. 19, 20, whatever years I've been here. There was
150.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old, you hear the old Negro spirit.
I'm 17, so you got 18, Robin.
Okay. So there was a point in my membership that I was at my lowest, personally, emotionally, heartbroken beyond I thought repair. And one of my neos called me. And she said, take as much time that you need to heal.
Don't do it, Robin. Just don't do it.
And when you're grown and you think you grown, and you've always been strong for everybody else, but in this moment, you didn't even know how you're going to make it another day. My Neo reached out to me. I wouldn't even answer the phone. She's like, no, you're going to talk to me. You remember that, Joy? You said, you're going to talk to me. And you're going to take your time and you're going to heal. And if anybody has a problem with that, you call me. I mean, I've never been that low in anything. That's what I expected. And then the one time that, that I needed to say, well, what does this organization mean to you? What does it do for you? That's what it did for me. I'm still here.
Amen.
Robin.
Yes.
Still not answer my phone call.
And that was a very private moment. I don't, it wasn't for me to tell. It's not, I can tell it now.
Right.
Right.
Couldn't tell it then.
We have another viewer question. So, like, what would you all see? What would you all like to see happen within Beta in the next 10 years, such as projects and goals? So, and Alana, you start first. What do you like to see?
Okay. Ooh, okay, in the next 10 years. So, I would say at least 4 new chapters. I would love to see that.
Done.
At least 4. Yes.
Done.
I would like to see us, and this is, I know, Joy, we're working on a project. I would like to see us offer a scholarship. I would like to see us be able to do that.
Right.
On a national level, offer scholarship. And I would say also just bring our membership and have us known beyond our local cities even more. Like I would like us to be like, if you once you see our letters, you just see the beta, the Phi, the Omega put together. You know who we are. Like there's no question in your mind. You know who we are and what we stand for. Period.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love
Right.
it. I'm gonna say 10 new chapters, one every year.
That's right.
Oh, oh yeah,
You know how I do.
That's
Um,
right.
yes.
doing the most always. But
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely everything that Alana said, and I want us to get to the point where we can own properties. I want us to get to the point where
Right.
Mm-hmm.
we have tangible things that tie into the organization. And most
Right.
importantly, I want us to go international. It's time.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yes.
yes.
Mhm.
I would like to see us have a organization that we found that is for young girls, a mentorship on etiquette, on job ready skills, writing
Right.
resumes, writing checks, something that we empower little girls like us that may have not have gotten questions answered. And I realize they took a lot of things out of their education, especially
Mhm.
depending on where you live. So Beta founding something
Mm-hmm.
that is for girls like us. So they can have
Mhm.
the skills to know that they can be independent, beautiful women, the queens and goddesses they were created to be, from
Mhm.
queens and
Absolutely.
goddesses that we
Yes.
are.
Absolutely.
That's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
think I
Mm-hmm.
look
baby.
I
forward
like that.
Baby
to
lesbos.
I look forward
Yes, baby, let's go.
I'd like to some celebrities because when I think of Beta, I think of like the cream of the crop. So I'm looking
Yes.
at I feel like there are a lot of black lesbian celebrities who could benefit from being, a member of our organization. So I look
Honorary members.
I
Yeah.
love
yes.
that.
So I
Yes,
definitely
I
look
love
like
that.
we're the Niecy Nashes and those women
Not
of
Niecy. No.
listen, Robin,
Oh,
Uh-uh,
No.
Robin.
She ain't
Robin,
gay. She ain't gay. We're not doing that. That's a whole nother
no.
topic.
oh
No.
no.
But here's the
Still the
thing.
bandwagon.
Here's the thing. We can't judge anybody's love. And
Okay.
right now in
Mm-hmm.
the space that she is in, she's, whether she is there to stay, you know, Beta, listen, we love the lesbians and the bisexuals and the straight girls. It's
Mhm.
you,
Thank
it's
you.
about you being beta material. I don't really care who
Mm-hmm.
you sleep with, but it's
Mhm.
about who you are as a woman. And I think that there are a lot of black, you know,
Queen
hot,
Latifah.
yeah,
Yes.
Queen Latifah.
did she come out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but just I feel like we are ready for that. Like we're ready to begin to take on our, celebrity honorary members. So I look forward to
Mhm.
that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, in
Yeah,
our
I
in
love
our
it.
expansion, I mean, I ditto and echo everything that you all said, but I want us to have a strong enough membership base that we can get up in these DMV systems. We need some beta license plates going
Mm.
on around here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yes.
let's get into that.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
And
Mhm.
a brick and
And
mortar
yes, I
headquarters.
agree, Opal.
I
We
like
need a
that.
headquarters. I
Yes.
said
Mm-hmm.
that when I joined as an interest back in 2005. I was heavily into real estate, and I was like, yeah, I want to be able to buy mortgage free the
Yes.
first beta house.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's
Yes.
that's still on the trajectory.
Yeah.
We
And
gonna
it's,
work. We gonna
in
work on it.
cities with everything that's going on, like Baltimore, like they're selling real estate for a penny. Like now's the
Mm-hmm.
time to do it, But
Mm-hmm.
everything comes when
Yeah.
it's relative within its time. And sometimes you gotta
Mhm.
crawl before you walk. And so
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we'll get there at one point.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Ladies, this has been an enlightening conversation.
Yes.
Alana,
Yes.
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
so much for taking your time and spending it with us. I miss you.
Mhm.
I'm sure people that have been in your circle at some point miss you. We love you.
Yes, I love
Yes.
y'all
Just
too.
please
Thank
Yes.
y'all for
Yes.
stay,
having
Yes. Yes.
me.
stay safe.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for all that you
Alana.
do in the org and in your professional life. And
Yes,
we hope
ma'am.
to see and talk to you soon, Miss
Out there
Beauty.
saving
Thank
lives.
you.
Out there saving
Yes.
lives.
Oh, Robin.
All
Fact.
right.
So thank you again,
Oh,
Alana. We appreciate you.
thank
Yes.
Um,
you.
And
Bye,
ladies,
Alana.
Bye, Robin.
unfortunately, we need to bring our broadcast to a close.
Yes.
Oh,
Just
Oh,
want to say
yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you, all the queens, kings, and everyone in between for joining us tonight for this broadcast. This has been a wonderful conversation, ladies.
Absolutely.
yes.
All
Pro
right,
fight, stand up.
let's
Joy, do
Hey,
end
you
with
have a
some love.
motivational
Let's
word for us
can we
tonight?
hit
Yes,
B
let's
five?
end with some love, everyone. I feel like
Okay.
we've talked through a lot of stuff. It's been amazing. I'm so happy to have served on this cast with everyone. But we have some holidays coming up. We have some real things happening. You know, fall is here, it's getting darker earlier. That plays with a lot of people's emotions. So let's leave with some words of motivation here. So 2021 has been quite the year for many of us, if not all of us. 22, 20, 21, hopefully not 22. But
Right.
as we head into the holidays and ultimately the new year, it's important that we don't lose sight on our goals, on our dreams, and ultimately on our desires.
Mhm.
As we round the corner on 2021 and enter into 2022, here are some things that I want everyone that's listening to remember. Success.com reminds us that your limitation, it's only your imagination. That's it. It's all in your mind.
That's it.
Mind
Yes,
over matter.
That's
absolutely.
right. I like that for
Sometimes,
us.
right, sometimes later becomes never. So do it right now. Just do it at this moment. Don't second guess yourself. Don't think about it.
Absolutely.
If it's in your spirit, act on it. Do it
That's right.
immediately.
All
Yes.
right.
Then I love Lady Gaga, guys. I know you probably are like, what? But I do. I love her. And so she she has some really nice things too that I just want to just share with you all. Her first statement is you have to be unique and
Mhm.
different and shine in your own way. And if none of us know, we know Beta is unique, different, and has
Absolutely.
shine and continues to shine in its own way.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
She also says, I feel like if you're a really good human being, you can try to find something beautiful in every single person, no matter what. And that is how I want to go into 2022. I want to go
Mhm.
into 2022 with having good character, with only seeing the best in my fellow prophytes, in all new members, and in any interested young woman that comes across our path. And so
Mhm.
I urge you all to go into the new year with good character because when you have good character, you can't go wrong. So whatever you celebrate, happy. That's all I'm gonna say. Happy. Whatever
Yes.
you celebrate,
Happy whatever.
have a
Yes.
safe
Happy all of it.
and a beautiful new year. And
That's
Ava,
right.
thank you so much for joining into this conversation this evening, everyone.
And
Yes. Can we get
before
a
you
B5?
guys leave, don't forget to drop your name in the comment section. Like, shit. Well, I guess you shouldn't share because we're about
So,
over now, but you can rewatch it on YouTube pretty soon. But don't forget to type done in the comment section so that we can choose a winner. We will ask our production manager, our executive producer, if we have that already.
Yes. And while
And if
she's
we
doing
don't,
that, while
if
she's
we
doing
don't,
that,
we'll
hello
get
to all the beta babies that I see popping up. I love
Hi.
Yay, y'all.
Beta babies.
Welcome, welcome,
I see
welcome,
you.
welcome.
Hey,
Welcome.
We are
welcome,
so
Butterflies.
excited to have
welcome
you.
home,
We have a
ladies.
couple of bras here too, so
Hey,
shout
We
out to
do.
everybody.
Hey, bruh.
Yes.
And for anybody that's just kind of singing in the background, just, watching, that you
Was you
might be
there?
interested,
Was you there?
please go. Was you there? Please go to our website, read all about us, fill out an
Do
interest
your
form.
research.
Come on, what you waiting on? You
Do
know you
your
want to be a part of
research.
this life.
You
You
ain't
know,
ready.
you know you
I
do.
would. If not us, then who? I'm just saying.
Like,
Just
hello,
If
somebody
this
else.
not
is like
now, then when?
this
Do
relationship
it now.
predates my marriage, and it's
Baby.
only second to my relationship with my parents.
Right.
Very
Yay!
There
Oh,
ain't no
we have
breaking
a
up.
winner. We have a
No,
winner.
We have a winner.
Madam
no.
I'm
Yancey is the winner
celebrating!
of
Woo, woo,
Beta's
woo, woo.
favorite things. Awesome. Hey, Mallory, congratulations.
Mallory.
Congratulations.
Mallory, please check in with
Yay.
all of us and let us know how you enjoy our favorite things and share that.
Yes.
She
Yes.
said she's
Mallory
And
is
please
shouting.
a
I'm
shout
gonna
keep
send
out.
you my
toe
favorite
very
shape.
close so that your toes don't get too cold up there in Alaska.
In Alaska, yes.
Oh, Lord. Okay, ladies. Well, listen, this will conclude season 1 of the Flamingo Cafe. It was a wonderful, beautiful
Yes.
season. I want to shout out the host, the regular
Yes,
host.
the
Thank
Yes.
you for
beautiful.
allowing us to sit on your platforms
Yeah.
tonight. We love you
Do
guys.
that.
We
How do you do
do.
that?
We
And
really do.
everyone watching, please stay tuned for season 2 coming to social media near you in 2022.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm so
And our
excited.
Phophyte asked us if we could close with a good old B5.
Yes.
Yes,
Can we
we
hit it?
did. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up.
Let me put the mic
Let me.
up some.
On a count of two.
Okay.
I'm gonna
One,
take the tenor.
two.